What's going on, guys? It's Monday. We got a few treats in the mail today. Uh, we got our LED lights and what I think is my new salinity tester. I broke mine about a month ago, and I got the same one, but I wanted to save a few bucks, and I ordered it from China, so it took about a month to get here. I think that's what it is, so we'll open it up and see. I haven't opened anything. I just got back in my office with everything that came in. I was going to do an unboxing, but I've got to figure out where to put my phone because I don't have a tripod for it yet. So I'll get right back with you. Alright guys, we're back. Couldn't really figure out where to put my phone so that it would stay. So we're going to try to do this one-handed and see what happens. So first thing we'll open up is what I think is my salinity tester or refractometer, however you pronounce that. You can see it did come from China, I guess. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. See if I can get my case knife to open up with one hand. Anybody that owns case knives know how hard it is to do one hand, especially if it's been there, if you've had it a while. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna jab at it, and tell you what, let's do this. If you've ever owned one of these, I really suggest not trusting these boxes that it comes in, because that's exactly how I dropped mine. I had it for a year and then I dropped it. I was walking through the back door and I don't know what happened. I ran into something and I just dropped the box and it shattered the glass. But these are next to the electronic salinity testers. These are by far the best that I've ever dealt with. I've never had the pleasure of owning or even operating one of the electronic testers. I hear they're pretty sweet, but these are by far the best. I'm gonna have to test it, make sure it works with RDI water and zero it out. But essentially all you do is it comes with a dropper. It comes with instructions too, but like I said, I've owned one for a year now. I know how to do it. But you put 3 drops of water on there and close this and go to a light source, and it reads, on the left hand side it'll read your part per million, and I don't know what the right side reads. I don't ever pay attention to it, but I don't know if I'm too happy with this one. It's really blurry. And this comes off. Oh, no, it doesn't. That's the actual. There we go. My other one didn't do that. That's pretty cool. It allows you to focus in on it. Alright, so cool. We'll play around with that later. What I want to get to is my LEDs. But it does come in this handy dandy little case that does not protect it. So do not drop this, guys, if y'all ever get it. Well, you never want to drop it, period, because of the type of glass that the water sits on is very fragile. So let us have some fun. Tell you what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try, let's see what I can rig up. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we'll see. Let's see. What's the camera angle like? Crappy. Crappy. That's a little better if I don't put any weight on it. Alright, cool. It'll at least let me get that. And I can get a vape in. It's a good day, people. I gotta change my batteries up. Alright. So I ordered the Ocean Revive T247Bs. I don't know if you watched my last video, I gave a shout out to CJ's Aquariums, and because he did an awesome review on these lights, which convinced me to buy them. I was going to go with the SB reef lights, which were, wow, this is just crappy light. which were like $60 more than these, which is basically why I went with these. The SB reflights that were in my budget were $199 a piece, but they didn't come with like an on-off timer. You basically had a switch, you turned them on, you turned channel 1 and channel 2 off, and then you had to manually turn them off. These were, gosh, I think I paid $160, yeah, $159 a piece for them. I ordered 3, and it's got programmable timers on them. They don't have ramp-up timers though, but that's not a big deal for me. The only other downfall, I guess you'd say, here, let's do this. I'll just do one since they're all 3 the same. The only downfall is these are 125 watts, and the SB reflights were 165, I think. So they're a little less powerful, but all the YouTube videos out there that you'll find on these lights, everyone says that they do great. So I figured I'd give them a shot since they were cheaper, and it allowed me to get my protein skimmer, which I ordered today. I ordered an SCA 301 or 302, something like that. It's another cheap product, but a lot of good reviews on them, so I'm going to give it a shot, because I didn't really want to spend the $400 or $500 on the Reef Octopus with the DC pump that I wanted. So we went the SCA route. But here is the packaging on the lights. It comes in 3 different boxes. There's 2 in that one, and then this one. Seems to be packed pretty well, just like, oh, you know what? I accidentally opened the bottom. How about that? Let me put the phone back down. Get my little ghetto tripod going here. I'm actually using the salinity tester box to rest my phone on. Let's flip this over and open this up, shall we? And I went with the T247Bs, which I think is, I guess, the newer models. So there's not very many. I don't think there's any YouTube videos out about the T247Bs. At least I couldn't find it. Comes with, this is the initial opening. These are the stands that you can hang on tanks that have rims, which I hadn't decided yet how I'm going to do it. But there's that, instruction booklet, timer control series, Arctic T247, but the listing said that they were T247B. I don't know what that's about. This is just the instructions. I mean, there's so many how-tos out there that I already know how to do it without looking at the instruction booklet. But if I decide to use the stand, I will use this, because I can't find any videos out there with the stands. So there's 1, 2 of those, I guess, go on each side with the 4 bars that allow you to have the stands. Controller. I guess, yeah, mounting goes with the stand. It's got some screws in there and plastic bits. Your standard PC cable. I like the L version of it, so that when you plug it in right there, it doesn't have a loop. You don't have a cable that goes up and then hangs over. This one will just go in and it'll just hang down. These are really sweet in the computer world, especially when you do what I do for a living. It makes cable management a lot easier. But there's that, and 2 carabiners with cables to hang from ceiling or from a canopy, which is, I think, how I'm going to do it. But initially I think I'm just going to sit it on the stand to see how it all looks, and at the end of this video I'll plug them all up and show you what it looks like on my tank that is currently just doing a water test. But let's put the phone back over here, and let me get all this stuff out of the way. Show you everything that it comes with. comes excellently. I mean, just it's packed very, very well. In fact, I may find a use for this box in styrofoam. But it is just a regular old Chinese black box is what they're called. There's the box. Everything laid out that it comes with. It does. There's the Arctic T247. It does have the ability with a knob, push button knob, and it rotates so that you can control it without, you know, if you lose your remote or whatever. And according to all the YouTube videos that I've watched on these particular lights, one remote works with all the lights. So I'll probably keep one in the bag in storage somewhere in case I lose that one or it gets damaged or one of my dogs gets a hold of it and chew it, because I do have one dog that likes to chew remotes for some reason. But there is all the LEDs. One YouTuber did a good review on these lights, and he pointed out that the company could add in some moon lights in this space, in the negative space. And who knows, they may do it in the future. I think it would be cool if they did. But it's a channel 1, channel 2 light. I'll have to go back and read the directions, but I believe channel 1, don't quote me on this right now, but I believe channel 1 is your whites and channel 2 is your blues. I'll confirm that at the end of the video once I plug them up. But I just want to show you the unboxing of everything that I got today. Like I said, there's 2 more in that box. Exactly the same. I'm going to get them all plugged in and mounted on my tank temporarily to see how bright everything's going to be. And alright, we're back. I got the lights on the stand mounts where it sits on the rim of the tank. We got them all programmed for, I got the clock set and I got the channel 1s and channel 2s set. And I don't remember how I said it at the beginning of the video, but channel 1 is your, dang, I'm having an old person moment right now. Channel 1 is your blues and channel 2 is your whites, I think. I'm going to double check while we do this video. But here's what she looks like. Tank's dirty. I hadn't cleaned it yet because it's a used tank. But I don't think it looks too bad the way it stands. The wife, however, says we need to do a canopy. So we're going to do a canopy. Yeah. See, you heard her in the background. She said, yes, I got to do a canopy. So we are going to be doing a canopy in the near future. Don't know if I'll do it right away because still got to let the tank cycle, and I'm not going to be running these lights like they during that period of time anyway. But I'll show you again. And I've got my blue on all 3. I've got my blues set to 60 and my white set to 20. That seemed to be the average of everybody that has these lights on their videos when they posted them, so I figured I'd give it a shot, at least to see what the tank looks like. I put all 3 on 100%, both, and it is very bright. There's not a dark spot in the tank, but you see with 60-20, I do have right alongside the pillars. I got in the corner there and over here, but I'm not going to have any rock back there anyway. My arc work's going to be in the middle all the way along, so I think it will be good to keep the lights like this. And I had a fun time getting my clocks to actually synchronize, and they're not. They're off by like, it looks like 6 to 8 seconds. First one, which is this one, it'll ding a minute, it'll do 59, and then a few seconds later this will go 59, and a few seconds later go this 59. But I think that's going to work out in my favor, because since they don't have a ramp up timer, I'm going to set the first one, I'm going to set the blues to come on at a certain time in the morning, and then I'll set this one to come on at the same time, but since it's a few seconds late, it'll kind of do like a wave pattern. And then my whites will do the same thing. It'll start here, a few seconds later, a few seconds later. So I think that's going to work out in my favor, but we'll see. Tank's still running good, no leaks. It's ran all night, all day today. We got no leaks everywhere. Stand is still holding up, and I'm willing to bet that I can probably take these bracers out on the the side, like this one and this one on both sides, and this thing will hold its weight. But I'm not going to. I'm just saying if I needed to, I could, especially when we get ready to put the 55 under here for the sump. I'm gonna have to take one of them out, which will be this one. And if you watch my videos, I said when we put the temporary sump under there, my brother and I had to take that one out, but that was without water in the tank, the display tank. So maybe a little different when we get ready to do that one. But I am, overall, first impression, I'm excited about these lights. If you do decide to get the Arctic T247 lights, don't be like me, read the directions, because this first one, there's 4 screws on the bottom that hold these legs in if you decide to go that route, and then there's 4 up top. Well, the long screws go up here, the short screws go here, so I've got to redo that one at some point. And these 2 were all done right, because when I got ready to do the second light, I was like, hold up, I got different size screws. So I went back and I read the well, there's no instructions, it just shows you what comes with it. And sure enough, there's a set of 4 that are one size and a set of 4 that are the other one. And if you look at the diagram really closely, it says the short ones go to the legs. But I'm not going to keep it like this. I just put them up there temporarily to see how it would light the tank up, and I think it's doing a fantastic job. But that'll wrap this video up for the day. I got some work I got to do on my 55. Let's show you what we're dealing with. I think I might have lost my Goby. Don't tell the wife. Shh. I can't find him. But it's got some algae issues on the glass. I just got to clean the glass up. I did a water change yesterday and got some of this algae back here on the back glass taken care of. I think it's settled for the most part. I just got to clean the cloudiness up on the front glass, and I'm gonna run parameter and salinity tests on this tank to make sure everything's going good. But I can't find the Goby. I don't know where he's at. He's usually right, and you see all this algae right here. He's usually right along this glass. I hope he's just found in my hiding spot. I don't know. But all the cardinal, I mean not cardinal, but the clown and the pajama pants dude is doing real well. So I'm glad that they survived, and hopefully this Goby did. I just can't find him. Anyway, that'll wrap up this video. Stay tuned for updates. Peace.